All right, so I'm going to do my cat's name, Gracie. It's a cat. Some things I might want to think about is she has whiskers. She has, that could be a graphic element if I need it. She has triangle ears, her little paw, and her paws, and the swoopy tail. Okay, so as I'm starting this, I look at my letters and I consider them all equal weight except for the I. That I is really skinny. So when I think about where the middle is, it's going to be a little bit more to that side of the Y. The C is a pretty thick letter, so that kind of helps balance it out, but there's 7 letters. Right in there's the middle, which is the Y. So as I'm starting to do it and add some designs to it, here it is. I wanted to do it in a swooping type pattern. So I drew these lines, drew that one, and then I tried to echo it, and obviously I did not. And so I just kind of used my fingers to kind of help trace it, to see that it's the same thickness, because that's what I wanted. You could have it tapering down, but I was trying to get the same. I'm not going to worry about those extra lines. I'm going to have to do a lot of erasing later. As long as they're not in my way, I'm going to ignore them. So I'm going to look at my font, or my letters, and I'm going to notice that this, and that probably need to be in alignment. Okay, so I'm going to come a little bit lower than halfway and sketch a guideline for me. Okay, so there's different ways to start out. You could start with the Y and work over and then work over. I'm going to go ahead and start with the G and start getting that in. And I'm just going to kind of lay out my letters lightly. There's another spot it could hit at. So Gracie is my kitty cat, who is, this year, she will be, 16? 17. She's 17 in May. Still feisty. So my Y, I kind of wanted to do, and then use that kind of become a cat tail. So I'm purposely, maybe I will drop that down. I'm not sure. So I'm drawing it both ways. We'll see which one I like. Always make sure you spell it correctly. Wow, I'm real close to the top of the paper there. All right. So that E is going to come around, and that is okay. Oops, I want to do uppercase E on that one. That looks okay. So I have it spaced out, and I wasn't sure which way I was going to go, but obviously I started curving it. So I'm going to lead toward the bubble edge of this. So once I kind of have my letters spaced out, I'm going to go back in whichever style I'm doing. I am going to be round, in this case, rounding it out, or I could be blocking it out. Now you notice I'm not necessarily using mine as a skeleton in this case, and that is okay. So I like that. Curvy letters can be hard for me. I might shorten this one a bit. I kind of like that this is reminding me of a kitty paw. Aren't their little paws so cute? Maybe I'll make that into a footprint. I think I'll adjust this one some to where it goes like that. Again, notice I'm not erasing a lot right now. I'll clean it up later, but sometimes you kind of push and move things around, And you don't want to sit there and spend a lot of time erasing. So the Y to me is one of my big features of what I was thinking. So I think I actually do like it going down there instead of there. So I'm trying to make sure I have the same thickness, and one of the things I'm noticing is I'm getting a little thin. So I'm going to widen these out a little bit. Lots of lines in here. That's okay, that's a little bit thinner there because cattails do that. So the A, I don't want it to go above that, so I am going to use pieces of that. Keep in mind my thickness here. Oh, you know what would be cool? I just thought of this. What if this comes up and crosses the A? Maybe that happens. That would look cool. Okay, so didn't plan that, but you know what? Sometimes stuff like that happens. Maybe that comes down. We'll see. Ooh, I don't like that. I think that needs to be a little bit over. So you start getting a feel for things, just like we did when we did the neurographic art. I think that should be shorter. Does it feel right? I have to keep my thickness in mind. In fact, that might actually need to be a little thinner. Now, I am drawing mine a little bit darker than what you should be doing because I want to make sure it comes up in the video. So if I was doing this, I would be doing my lightest touch that I could do. And I think I'll swoop that up some. All right, so here's my initial layout. Unfortunately, I might have to get rid of that or do it on another piece and combine it because I'm way too close to the top up there. But I'm going to go back in and just kind of check my letters. Do I like them? Do they feel like they're going right? Like that felt a little big there. Greasy, my kitty cat. She's so pretty. I think I want those to be a little bulbier. Maybe that gets that kind of treatment. I need to decide, do I like that? We're going to go with it. So, how do things lay in with that? So I might, since I'm going to keep that there, I might want this one to come down just a little bit. So it's not so competing right there. Now it kind of takes in some of that space. This, I just kind of want to move the angle of it a little bit. Now, how am I going to do that? Let me think on that for a minute. I think it's just going to go behind. I don't think there's a lot going on right here. So we'll see. So when I'm happy with it enough, I am going to ink before I erase. Seriously, it'll be a lot easier. All I have to do is make sure I know which lines I want. For those of you who hate committing to something, this makes you commit way soon. And so notice, what am I doing? I move that whole thing down with my pen. That's a little close, so I'm scooching it as I'm doing it. It's okay if they touch, but I want to go ahead and get this swoopy in before I do the A. So I think that A needs to come down a little bit. So let's see what it makes me want to do here. I think I'll make that a little smaller. I think I'm okay with that. So some of the things I did is I have overlap going on here. And notice I haven't erased anything yet. Okay, every mistake I have is here, and that is okay. So at this point, yeah, I want to get rid of my extra lines. So we'll go on to the next video.